Assalamualaikum class. Starting your activity number 1, in which you are going to write the names of the diagrams that are shown, and then you are instructed to write their functions. Like first of all, the first diagram is of cell membrane, the second one is of nucleus, the third one is of cell wall, this is the nucleoplasm, and the last one, the fifth one, is of chloroplast. So you are going to write functions for each of them. I am going to give you a simple explanation about one or two diagrams, and then you are supposed to find their functions, find the functions of the remaining 3, and then you are going to mention in the given space. Like the first one is cell membrane. Cell membrane, its function is to protect cells from the surrounding. So cell membrane plays its role in protecting cells from its surroundings. Then the other one is of nucleus. The major function of nucleus is in heredity character control, like it is controlling the heredity characters. Then the third one is cell wall. Its function is to give cell the strength and the structure. So the remaining two, the chloroplast and the nucleoplasm, is to be done by you guys. I think your activity number 2 from class 6. Here you have to draw a diagram of respiratory system of human being, and you have to label it properly. Here I am providing you with a simple diagram of respiratory system, and then I am going to explain it. You are supposed to draw this diagram over here in the given space and to label it as it is. So the first part for respiratory system is the nose. Nose is basically the opening from which allow air to enter your body from outside. Nose and mouth, these two are the opening that pull air from the outside into your body. Then there is the second part, that is the sinus. Sinus usually regulate your body temperature and the humidity inside. Then coming toward the third part, that is the pharynx. Pharynx basically receive air from the nose. Then coming toward larynx. Larynx is basically the voice box that usually allow you to talk. Then the larynx come and join the trachea, that is also known as the windpipe. Trachea is basically the passage that is connecting that throat area with your lungs. Then coming toward the next part, that is the bronchi. Bronchi are usually the tube in which the trachea divide and enter each lungs. Lungs, as you all know, that it is an organ that help in the respiration or the change of gases that occur in our body. The space, the perineal space that is mentioned over here, these are the space or the lining that separate lungs from the outer chest area. Then the last part, that is the diaphragm. Diaphragm basically is the muscle that help lungs to push and pull air from the outside, or if we are inhaling air, then of course from outside into the inside. You are supposed to draw this diagram over here in the given space and to label it as it is. Here you have to mention few safety rules or the protocols of using laboratory. You usually used to visit laboratories in your school, so there are few protocols of using them. You should be aware of them. The first rule for using the laboratory is that don't touch animals. In many laboratories there are many preserved animals, so you are not supposed to touch them. The second rule for using laboratory is to wear safety goggles. You should always wear safety goggles when using laboratory, because many chemicals usually releases many gases that are harmful for your eyes. So coming toward the third rule, the third and the most important rule for any laboratory is to wear lab coat. Then coming toward the fourth rule, that is wear goggles when necessary, like if you are dealing with any chemical, any acid or any base, then you should use gloves before. Do not eat at your workstation. Laboratory is not a place to eat or to drink. You shouldn't eat or drink while in laboratory, so you usually try to avoid it. Then clean up your workspace. Class, starting your activity number 4, in which you are supposed to describe the importance of acids and alkalis in your daily life. So I have mentioned few of them. You are supposed to find other, and then you are going to write them in the given space. First of all, the carbonic acid. You usually used to drink soft drinks like we are using a 7-Up, Sprite. So these are the carbonated drink, and for their production we use carbonic acid. Now the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is an important ingredient in making detergents. Then the ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is the main compound of vinegar that we are using in our kitchen on daily basis. Now moving toward alkalis. Ammonium is basically an alkali that is used in the production of fertilizer. Then the sodium hydroxide. Again, sodium hydroxide is used in manufacturing of detergents. Now there is activity number 4.1, in which you are supposed to tell that where these acids occur naturally. So first of all, ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is present in vinegar. Then talking about citrus. Citric acid is present in oranges, and lactic acid is present in milk. So you are supposed to find the remaining, and you are supposed to mention them that where they found. Now this is the second part of activity number 4. You are supposed to draw that scale over here, and then you are supposed to mention the color name, like this is orange, this is pink, this is red, this is pink, this is orange, this is yellow. You are supposed to write these color over here in the given space, and you are supposed to draw that scale over here. Starting with your activity number 5 from class 6. Here you have to take a flower and to separate each part, and then you are going to draw shapes of these part over here and to mention characteristics for them. The first of all, the first part of a flower is like leaf. A leaf is basically a house for photosynthesis. It is green in color and usually help in gaseous exchange. Like it take carbon dioxide from the outside and it releases oxygen into the environment. Then coming towards stem, this is the second part. A stem usually support flower, fruits and leaves. Then the petals. The main part of petal is to attract insects. Like they are colored, so usually insect feel attracted toward them. Then the stamen. Stamen is basically the pollen producing organs. Pistil. Pistil is responsible for the pollen that are being produced by the stamen. So I have mentioned a single part over here like leaf. You have to draw its diagram and to mention its characteristics over here. You can go for these part and these characteristics, or you can search it on your own. Number 6 from class 6 science. Here you are supposed to describe different stages of seed germination with the help of this diagram. So first of all, you are aware of a fact that whenever we sow a seed, it absorbs water, and after absorbing water, then different stages started to occur. So first of all is the imbibition. Imbibition is a stage in which seed absorbs water. Now there are a few stages mentioned in the given diagram. So this is the first stage over here in this diagram, and in first stage what is happening? Seed grows a root. So here the seed is growing a root. So you are supposed to mention here stage 1. Then coming toward the second stage, this one, seed grows shoot toward the sun. This is the shoot, and seed is growing shoot toward the sun. Now coming toward the third stage, this is the third stage, and in this continue growing occurs and exit soil surface. Now you can see that there is a portion of seed lying in the soil. So here the growth continues and the seed exits soil surface. This is the soil surface and seed exits it. Now the last stage is the fourth stage, in which shoot grows leaf and begin photosynthesis. These are the leaves. Shoot grows leaf, and these leaves are supposed to do photosynthesis for the purpose of producing food. So these are the 4 stages in which seed grows into the plant. So you are supposed to mention describe these stages over here, and you are supposed to mention stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and stage 4 over here. Number 7 from class 6 science. Here you have to discuss the bad effect and the preventive measures for acid rain and for global warming, that is mentioned on the next page. I am going to describe you the bad effect and the preventive measures for acid rain, and then I am going to explain global warming to you. You are supposed to write the bad effect and the preventive measures for global warming on the next page. So first of all, what is acid rain? Basically, rain has a pH in between 6 to 8. So because of the disturbance that is being caused on the earth's surface, whenever the pH decreases, like it come in between 4 to 5, that rain is known as acid rain, and that has many bad effect on our environment. So first of all, we are going to discuss the process. You can see over here that due to the industrialization and due to the cars, the smoke usually rises up into the atmosphere. Like you can see that these factories are releasing toxic gases. First of all, the sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and carbon dioxide. These gases are then carried upward into the atmosphere by wind. Over there, up in the atmosphere, these gases combine with the water droplet and form acid. And now these acid that are formed upward in the atmosphere causes the acid rain. Acid rain usually destroy plants, it pollutes water sources, as you know that water from the rain move into the river, into the streams, etc. And it also erode buildings. So these are the bad effect of the acid rain. Like if acid rain falls on human skin, then it also going to cause allergy to them. So the preventive measures for reducing acid rain is that you should reduce amount of these gases that are being released into the atmosphere, and you should plant trees. Now you are supposed to mention few more preventive measures over there. So first of all, what is global warming? Global warming is the rise in earth temperature. Like the unusual rise in temperature is known as the global warming. Then the effects of global warming include like the stronger hurricanes and the cyclone. You must have heard about the Pepperjoy. So Pepperjoy is also a cause of global warming. Then coming toward the second, desertification. Many lands are converting into the desert ecosystem. Then glaciers and ice caps are melting. After that, many sea level and sea shores is rising up. So you should take preventive measures to avoid these all these effects, so that earth could be a good place to live. For this, it is necessary to plant trees to avoid emission of harmful gases into the atmosphere. Now you are supposed to mention some preventive measures and the bad effect from these over here. Now your activity number 9 from class 6 science. Here you have been provided with 2 diagrams. One is of plant cell and the other one is of animal cell. The identification for plant cell is that there is a large vacuole present inside, and in the animal cell there is nucleus present in the center. Also in plant cell there is a cell wall present, but in animal cell there is only a cell membrane. There is no cell wall. So I have also labeled some of the organelles that are present in cell, like ribosomes, the Golgi operators, the vacuole. Now you are supposed to differentiate between the two. Like this is for plant cell and this is for animal cell. That as I have mentioned before, that in plant cell there is a cell wall present, and in animal cell there is no cell wall. So this is the first difference between two. Then the plant cell is larger in size and the animal cell is smaller in size. Then because in plant cell there is a large vacuole present in center, so the nucleus is pushed on one side, and in animal cell the nucleus is present in center. Now you are going to search further, and you are also supposed to write few more differences between the two terms. Starting your activity number 10, in which you are supposed to describe what is neutralization, and you are also going to give an example of this reaction. First of all, what is neutralization? Neutralization is basically the reaction that take place between acid and base. Acid are the chemicals that have pH less than 7, and bases are the chemicals that have pH more than 7 up to 14. So you are supposed to react both of these together, like you are supposed to perform a reaction in between acid and base. After their reaction, a product is formed which is salt and water. So neutralization is a reaction in which acid and base react together and it forms salt and water. Like HCl, it is an acid. It is an acid, so NaOH, it is a base, and when both of these react, a salt like NaCl, the common table salt, and water H2O is produced. So this is the neutralization reaction. I have given you an example, and you are supposed to write another example over here. Now activity number 10.1, in this you are supposed to copy the word equation over here, and you are going to fill the blank given or the space that is left behind. So first of all, the first reaction is between calcium carbonate, the hydrochloric acid, and you are going to fill this space. Like what is this? Like calcium, and the next space is to be filled by you. Then the water and carbon dioxide, these are the products of this reaction. So I have filled it like this, that calcium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid, and then the product is calcium chloride, CaCl2, then water and carbon dioxide. Now you are going to fill these equation, and you are going to fill these equation using these words like the chloride, nitrate, sulfate, phosphate, lactate, oxalate. So I have filled the other three for yourself, for you guys. So you are supposed to copy these equation over here in the given spaces, and you are supposed to do the point D by yourself. Like the sodium hydroxide react with nitric acid, and the product are to be mentioned by you guys. So this is all for today. Now moving towards end, the message for today is you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Thank you so much.